So, Dr. Toth, could you explain to us what your business is about, please?
Okay, we are a representative office of the Infertility Center of Michigan, which is Mr. Noel Keene's operation. We strictly hand out and furnish information to inquiring couples as to the procedure for meeting and entering into an agreement with Mr. Keene, surrogate mothers, etc. We don't enter in any contractual arrangements here. We're strictly an information office, informing people of what they can expect and what's involved. And if they have any questions, they can ask us. And we also have an information cassette that Noel Keene made, which takes them from the very first contact with him to the end. So
how does it work?
People would come here. They may call and ask for us to send a brochure. We'll send them an information brochure. If that's not enough and they want more information, they may call us. We will make an appointment with them. They can come in and meet with Frau Siedler or Frau Metz, and they will give further information. If they wish and have the time, they may view the video cassette, and if they have any questions as to procedure, we can give them answers, and then help the system making contact with Mr. Keene.
But are they, at some stage or other, they have to travel to the States?
That's it. The contract and the further completion of arrangements and everything is conducted in the States. And we're, as I say, we're the information center here. So people don't have to go to the States initially to meet Mr. Keene. They can call us, come in, we can explain to them, they can take their time here, think about it, and then if they wish, they can go to see Mr. Keene. So that's basically what we're doing here.
How long have you just started that?
We just started last Thursday. The 1st of October is our opening day. So.
And are there any intentions to expand to this treatment could be available in Germany?
You mean the actual surrogate mothers? Oh no, no. That's not our intent. I think at this point it's pretty much illegal in Germany. If it's not illegal, it will be, to have surrogate mothers in Germany. And it's not our position to make law here or break law here. So.
Have you been having reaction to, since you started last Thursday, to this bureau?
Oh yes, every newspaper you can think of has written articles, most of them incorrectly, but a lot of reaction. Television interviews, radio interviews, just
is it positive?
some positive, some negative. From Mr. Keene, and I also have seen this myself, you get most of the negative reaction from the people who can have children naturally of their own. They don't have the empathy for those people who can't. And I think those are the ones who scream the loudest, the ones who don't need to worry about artificial insemination or anything like that. I think that's unfortunate.
So you don't see any possibility to set up a similar operation that you have in Michigan
I don't think so. That was never in our mind, actually, to try to do that here.
Have you any indication of the size of the demand for this service that you have here?
Well, Mr. Keene had, over the past several months, 30 inquiries from Germany alone. So I suspect, plus he's had inquiries from other countries, so I suspect the demand is here. If you consider that there's the infertility rate of German couples, married couples, is quite high. And it's high all over So there's quite a demand. There's quite a demand. People want to have babies, at least partly with their own genes, where it would be the husband's genes in this case. They want to have that. And it's not just the husband. You find the wife will say, since I'm infertile, at least I would like to have a child that has my husband's genes. And they're very, very pro that. Otherwise the process wouldn't take place.
So this is the first bureau you opened in Europe?
This is the first one in Europe. It's too early for us to even tell what we're going to do after this. There's a lot of controversy here in Germany. We don't know what. We read a lot in the paper, or we hear it on the news that the government says this and the government says that, but no one has said anything directly to us, so we're just waiting. They say the Jugendamt is investigating, whatever that means, and this agency is against it, but nobody has come to us and said anything to us, so we don't know. We're at a loss to know what they're thinking, except every time we say something, it comes out incorrectly in the press. Like, if, for example, that we're selling babies, or we're just offering all kinds of services here that just do not exist. And it creates really a false impression to everyone.
On the subject of fees, would the German couple coming here, would they pay anything extra for this information service, or would they pay this the same?
They pay directly to Mr. Keen his fee. It will probably be a little higher or somewhat higher due to the expense of the office here. But in the long run, they save money. When you think about not having to travel to the States or going to and staying anytime initially, because they can come here. So
it streamlines the whole process.
We think so. We think so.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
That covers my brief. I think that's quite clear.
But here's an interesting point which nobody really knows about. One of the things that I was interested in, I met many of these surrogate mothers when I was visiting with Noel. That's my baby. These women, even some of their husbands, I think, were surprised. But since these women got the babies right out of the hospital, newborn, they have attacked, not reproducing. They're not making up. They're not replenishing the supply. It's a negative population growth.
Right. If it was 1.1, I think the population would halve every generation. That's.
And they have a test where they test the tissue, the blood, and something else, and conclusively proves it's not the child of the surrogate mother. So the court ruled that the child was the natural child of the husband and wife.